how to price the biggest asset that you own, your home. Stay tuned. We're going to teach you how. So listen up.
Episode 750. Wow.
That's massive. 750. Yeah.
Yeah. I was very upset yesterday. I would be sort of out to miss the big round number. But fortunes changed and here I am. Here to celebrate the big 750.
So 7:45 every morning for the last 750 mornings, Monday to Saturday, we've been right here doing this for the people.
Yeah, it's scary actually. That's a lot of morning minutes. But
where do you get the information from? Where do you get a real estate agent talking daily real estate, local, on the ground, in anywhere online? It's unheard of. So it's if you enjoy real estate content, it's pretty hard to get that content out there.
I've got to ask, Mark, have you ever not had an idea? Like, what's the most stuck you've become in terms of ideas for the show?
It's no. You know what? It's like it probably sounds silly, but do you think the weatherman ever has no weather to report? Do you think the news channel has no news to report? There's always something to talk about in the course of a day. So, generally we've just always had, good content there ready to go for people. And it's just been gobbled up all that time. To give you an idea of the numbers, I'm just looking at the stats at the moment, we get 28,000 minutes viewed per quarter. 28,000 viewed per quarter. Video engagements, 5,000. 3-second views, 15,000. 15-second views, 6,000. Huge numbers. And it's and thank you to everybody out there. And it's obviously pretty hard to find.
It's nice to know that it's being watched. And thank you to everyone that does tune in. But we're talking about money this morning once again.
Yep.
At the bank. Mark, it sounds like there's a couple of different ways you can get a valuation or a dollar figure put on your property.
You can get the bum steer. So we're going to teach you how to price your property accurately. And the reason why sometimes it's not important for you to have an accurate price. It's a bit of a feel-good thing or a pat on the back that you're doing. Not really important. The higher you go, or the higher you think you are, generally the happier you get. So people will get, you see properties down the road that sell and think their house is worth that. They will get an agent through that'll quote high and they'll think it's worth that. But sometimes it's not a feel-good thing that you're doing. Sometimes you're doing it for strict financial purposes. You're buying something.
Yeah. And so what the main two, appraisals you can get is a bank valuation, would you say?
Yep.
And then a price update or a real estate agent giving you an opinion of value.
Well, a valuation, if it's done, can be used for courts, it can be used for banks, it can be used for estate situations. That's a valuation done by a valuer. And those guys get paid a couple grand, $500, $1,500 to value the property, different to an opinion of value what an agent does.
Yeah, and the biggest thing there is the purpose of that evaluation, would you say? One is, like you said, for a strict financial reason, and the other is maybe just an update of where where it's sitting?
Yeah, look, I think with a real estate agent, the good news about real estate agents is they're operating in that price more than a bank value, or more than a valuer generally is. And so the valuers often call us. I probably talk to 2 or 3 valuers a day. Everyone in the team talks to another 2 or 3 different valuers a day. And those valuers are trying to increase the price a property they're pricing. It's different.
What would you say the biggest difference is then, Mark, in terms of what they're doing? Like, how do they come out with 2 different numbers?
Well, they've got legal recourse, much stronger than real estate agents does. So if they get that much wrong, they can get sued potentially.
Okay. And so traditionally, you were saying they're a little bit more conservative. On a percentage, would you say 10%, 20%?
You know what? I probably wouldn't. I've seen them often higher sometimes, but they come in lower. I'll put a number on it. It's an opinion based on sales.
Right. So to get your property priced correctly, should you be looking
I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm going to come back in a second.
Okay. Left me in an awkward spot here. Conversation for one. But we're going to ask Mark when he's back on to get your property priced correctly. Have you sort of got to get your head around what the reason is you're looking to get that price update? I'm just having a look at some of the comments here. Ben ended up purchasing in Fletcher, Newcastle. Congratulations. Strong demand, little supply. Is a common sort of theme for some of the outer areas of Sydney we're hearing at the moment. I'd love to hear what some of the outer area agents are seeing at the moment. Mark will be back in very soon. Good morning, Michelle. But yeah, this morning was a little bit about getting your property priced correctly. The other thing, I was talking to a friend. I don't know where he's got this from, but a lot of people mistake a agent's opinion of value and an update in pricing or appraisal, and they associate that with needing to pay for it. Just to be clear, you do not need to pay for an update in pricing, especially from a real estate agent. He must be confusing that with a bank valuation, which, like Mark said, is approximately $1,500, $2,000. But yeah, that's what sort of brought the conversation up this morning. Mark's coming back in now. Alrighty, we got you back.
Hey.
I just moved on and started talking about how I was chatting with a little friend this morning, and he got a little bit confused about thinking he needs to pay for an agent's appraisal.
Yeah, so I look a valuation can cost anywhere from $500 up to $5,000, depending if it's commercial, residential, depending on the value of the property, the risk rating, and things like that. Now, I think because people are used to paying for a valuation, often when they're refinancing a property, they get that confused with a real estate agent when they get them through the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. And yeah, I was just saying, to be completely clear, I don't know any agent that's charging people for a price update. And if they are, then it's certainly an interesting, it'd certainly be interesting to look at what they're listing.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be free. Now, where you can fall into a trap is an agent is giving an opinion. The agent's giving you an opinion of what he thinks that your property is going to achieve in the market. So when buyers come through, what the buyers are going to offer on your property is what that agent is gauging. They don't know. Until they've got the buyers through your door, they do not know. So be aware, because if you're buying a property and you've had one agent or 3 agents come through, and they've got your price wrong. It does happen, and it can happen, especially in an ever-changing market. You could be left with your pants down. You've purchased something, and your property's worth 50 or 100,000 less than you thought it was going to get. So just be really, really careful about that, because agents, what's the incentive of an agent giving you a price that's maybe overinflated? Sometimes sellers treat it like a quote, and they will go with the highest quoted price from the real estate agent that comes through. Trouble is, your real estate agent is not buying the property, the buyers are. So you've got to be able to see that. It's super, super important. Big trap.
It's a good point. Very good point. And then, just
Michael Edwards says, agents are not qualified to provide a valuation, only an opinion. Right? So well said.
I think that's most of the show. That's it.
That's the show, guys. Hopefully that helps.
Take everything with a bit of common sense. And, Lisa likes to say, Lisa Novak, we're all working with the same data here. So you can't make magic numbers appear. It's all based on sold properties, what's on the market, where the market's going, what it's done in the last couple of years. Yeah, can't make up magic numbers.
Data does not lie. Data does not lie, and she's right. We're working with the same numbers. So have a look at what's been selling in the area. That is super important. And at the moment, it actually didn't matter if you got the price wrong 6 months ago or 9 months ago, because the market was moving up so rapidly that you would sell it for that price anyway. It's now not the case. It's quite the opposite now. Whereas if you get your price wrong and you're spending your hard-earned money on realestate.com domain and marketing your property and your time, and you've got it wrong, it hurts. It's a slippery slope to the bottom. So at the moment, we're seeing that this is a very, very important conversation for people to consider that are putting their property on the market, to get a price right before you start. What's Michael Edwards got to say?
It's a very good comment. It sort of comes back to the reason, or whose sort of interest this valuation is in. So if it's a formal valuation, it's obviously covering the bank. The real estate agent may be looking to align with the owner's expectations.
You got to be careful. And Luke's right. Even data can be manipulated. The way you look at data, I know data doesn't lie, but the interpretation from it can be misleading. So I hope we helped everyone out there today. Anything else, Billy, before we roll out?
No, that's the show. Wednesday open homes. It's going to be a busy day.
Busy. Lots of stock coming on the market at the moment, which is exciting.
Quality stock as well. Some really nice stuff coming on.
Priced well, the stuff that's coming on.
Yep. Snap it up.
Have a great day and enjoy the beautiful blue skies.
They're back and they're here to stay.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Billy.